It's been quite a while. Oddly enough, this is exactly a week after I should have posted this. And this is all just Monday. I know in my previous video, I kind of explained how I want to do this 52 times, and I still plan on that. That's still the goal, right? But this, like I said, this was Monday, and then just the rest of the week, I felt terrible. I've been looking around, and apparently this so-called like super flu that I had, or everybody had apparently, and it pretty much it started out the week before, like I had mentioned, and I was getting better, and then I didn't. I got worse, and it just kept through. It just sped through, and I just didn't continue with recording. Honestly, I just did not have the bandwidth that I said. I didn't have the bandwidth to set out to do this while I still had multiple other things going on to pretty much juggle. I mean, that's another one of my goals for this year, is to not be absolutely mortified by not having the bandwidth to do all these things that I want to juggle. Because, to put it plainly, I understand the level of which is called for me, or called to me, to rise up and do all these things that I want to do. So I shouldn't be so hard on myself when I don't reach that level, because at the end of the day, if you aim for the moon but you fall on a star, you're still shooting for the stars. You get me? So again, I have all year to pick back up my VO2 max, which is one thing that I was really upset about. I have a full year again to just hammer in on body recomp and just getting my mileage in, getting volume in, all this. I know I have all year to do it. I'm not using that as an excuse to kind of slack off. On the contrary, it's when these setbacks come about that are outside of my control. Again, they are outside of my control. So don't beat myself up too much about it, right? And so, yeah, that's the mentality that I want to bring into it going forward. But there's still shortcomings nonetheless. I mean, again, it's the third time I'm mentioning it. This is only Monday the 12th. This is only footage from Monday the 12th. That's it. That's all I have for the week. And that's okay. I'm still making the effort to put this out, and still actively trying my best to stay true to what the goals that I want to accomplish, however they may look like. As though I'm still getting better at this. I'm still working. I'm still trying my hardest. I mean, the color grading that I did last video, I sort of realized that I don't need a color grade really. I mean, the ND filters that I put on my cameras already kind of have this color filter all built. I mean, that's what it is. And so I like it just leaving it as is, and not really tweaking with anything. I mean, I probably will if I have to, but I shouldn't have to beat myself up too much over it. But yeah, so again, I'm recording the voiceover for this a week after I even planned on originally posting this. So today's 2 weeks, I think, actually. Yeah. So this is, no, I'm lying. So I got my dates all wrong. This is January the 12th. My bad. This is January the 12th. What we're doing right now, what I'm recording, is January 24th. So it's still a week. I just had my dates wrong. But kind of just to recap the rest of that week, one of the main things that I actually switched from was not wearing my Garmin. So I completely ditched the Garmin all week. I knew I wasn't training. I didn't want to get terrible sleep scores because I was waking up in the middle of the night. I was coughing so much. I just didn't want to deal with any of that. I didn't want to have that sort of negative effect in my head, and then just let the data dictate how I feel about the day and myself in general. So completely ditched the Garmin. I went back to wearing pretty much my whole Casio collection. That was actually really cool. I enjoyed that a bit, and I do want to explore some methods of where that can be incorporated and such. TBD. But yeah, I actually got an email on that Monday during that footage that I had an interview for that Wednesday. So drove out to Shafter actually to interview for that job, and I thought it was going well. I thought the interview went well, and the day after they just said, "No, we were certainly very pleased with your." I could pull it up, pretty much, but they were saying we're very much pleased with your qualifications, and although they align with what we are looking for, you didn't make this the second round of interviews. And there were only 4 applicants, so I was taken aback, and I'm not gonna lie. For a few days, I kind of felt this sort of ego death, or this sort of, am I worth it? Am I as good as I say I am? And it reminds me of this monologue from Vegeta in Dragon Ball, where he's like, maybe I'm not who I think I am. Maybe there's greater plateaus for me to reach, new heights to get to. So took it on the chin, as I should have, and I'll keep going. I have actually a couple more interviews coming up, so don't have to give myself such a hard time. And yeah, just the rest of the week, I just took a really big break. I really needed it. I mean, my body feels 10 times better now that I just didn't push through anything, especially not forcing myself back into my normal routine, even though I'm still at the end of recovery. So that's been a huge plus. And I'll talk more about this week, hopefully in a second video that I post today. So yeah.